Clement's Homebrew coming at you with a beer review today. We've got a really fun one today. This is one that was sent to me by Josh Hoover. Josh is Man Bear Pig 1122334455 on YouTube. He sent me the Silva Stout from Green Flash. This is a 10.1% ABV beer. It's an Imperial Stout. It's named for Chuck Silva, one of the brewers. And it's an Imperial Stout that was aged in oak bourbon barrels for 17 months. So I've let this warm up appropriately. I'm gonna get it cracked open and we're gonna see how it stacks up. Wow, all right, this is pretty dark. Let me tell you, I've got a light over there, but I would say this is pretty much black, if you ask me. And it has a really dark mocha caramel head on it. Beautiful color head, I love it. It's about a 1-finger head, some creamy, a lot of it rocky, but nonetheless, a nice looking beer for sure. Let's get a nose on it. Oh wow, okay, it has some dark aromas. I mean, I got the bourbon off that for sure. It's like some dark chocolate off that, almost like a rich dark chocolate cake. Oh my God, I haven't heard anyone say this about it, but I almost felt like I got some dark fruit, a little bit of raisin on that, which is interesting, not expected. I get almost like a baker's chocolate on it. Oh, I get this like woody earthiness as well. I mean, kind of like a dank wood smell, you know? That's it. I'm getting this dank wood smell from the bourbon barrels, like they're kind of old barrels, and a hint of vanilla as well. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I'm not used to that kind of aroma coming from the wood, but this is pretty strong. Very unique. Wow, now I'm kind of excited to try this. Cheers. Oh man, yeah. Yeah. But you almost feel like you get some dark fruit. I tell you, that bourbon on it. The bourbon, the way that plays with this like kind of dank, woody, earthy, musty feel is very, very unique. It's not really the flavor I normally get. I can think of one beer, maybe I've got some of that from like a 50/50 Brewing. Wow, really, really great. I am getting some fruit. I'm just telling you though. I still think I'm getting some fruit on that. This is a much more complex beer than I really first thought. There's a lot going on in this. So you're getting that wood and you're getting that bourbon. I get almost like, I want to say like a chocolate cake type flavor in it. Baker's chocolate in it, some dark chocolate in it. Get a little bit of vanilla coming off of it. Like a hint of cherry actually off of that. Yeah. I was going to almost say berry, but I think it's more like a sweet cherry, kind of almost mixed in with the chocolate. So kind of like a little bit of that filling that you get off of that cake. Black Forest cake. Yeah, that's where it's the chocolate and cherries. At the backside, it's like you get some like burnt chocolate or burnt flavors, you know. In terms of the body, it's maybe a little bit lighter body than I might have expected. I mean, this is just a medium body. It's not even on the full side of it. It is simply just a medium body. And the carbonation kind of tingles on the tongue, dances on the tongue a bit. So I'm used to like these kind of flavors coming from a thicker beer that's kind of like a little more smooth and creamy than this actually is. But there's a lot of flavor going on. This is an interesting beer, and there's a lot of age that goes on in these barrels. So, it's not a surprise that I got a lot of bourbon off of it, and probably not a surprise that I got so much earthiness coming from the wood as well. All right, rating for style. I know this gets pretty high marks. For me personally, with an Imperial Stout, I do like a more full body than what I'm getting from this. I'd prefer a little more creamy texture, because that bigger body, that creamy texture just adds kind of a fullness to the whole thing. This doesn't really, it fills your mouth, but it doesn't really coat your mouth at all. And I think that's the one thing I'm kind of really missing in this beer. So I have to keep it up in a high level just because of all the flavors. But because it's missing these other things, I just can't rank it quite as high on an Imperial Stout. Nonetheless, I'm going to give it a pretty good score. I'm going to give it a 95. It definitely makes it an A beer. All right, overall. Well, because I'm a big stout guy, my overall is going to be very similar. Some of these flavors just really aren't what really hit my buttons, I'm going to drop down. It's still an excellent beer. I'm going to drop it down to a 93. I think it's definitely an excellent beer. But for my personal taste, I can't put it any higher than that. Nonetheless, it's an A beer. So, having said that, this is one definitely worth giving a try. You would want to enjoy some bourbon flavors. It's not a hard or harsh or heavy bourbon flavor, but it has sat in barrels for 17 months. And you gotta like that kind of earthy, dank, musty feeling coming off of a barrel, because that is distinctly in this beer. I mean, hands down. And it does a lot of the shaping of the flavors of this beer as well. Well, anyway, it's been a fun one to try. Folks, life's too short to drink cheap beers, and I will see you in the next beer review. Cheers.